If you've ever felt like you're shouting into the void on Instagram, you're not alone. Here's the truth. Your audience isn't ignoring you. They just haven't seen you enough yet. Today, we're going to talk about the rule of 7 and how you can use it to build trust with your followers and boost those sales. I'm Caitlin Rhodes, host of Call Her Creator, powered by Stan, and I'm so excited to get into today's episode. There's hidden reasons why no one's buying from you, but I'm going to help you fix those using the rule of 7. Now, the rule of 7 was originated from traditional marketing. Customers need to see a brand or an offer at least 7 times before taking action. 7 times, y'all. I know you'll post about your offer one time and cry because you didn't get any sales from it, but you can't expect people to buy from you if they don't know who you are, they don't know how your offer is going to help them. So the minimum is 7 times, which I'm going to walk you through exactly how to do this 7 times without feeling weird, feeling icky, salesy. We're not going to do that. We're going to be bringing value to the table, okay? So before we get into today's episode, I want to touch real quick on trial reels. I've talked about it a few times since, they came out. I wasn't getting any good traction from them for the first couple of weeks, but I finally had one take off on Call Her Creator. The video is now sitting at like 120,000 views. It's slowly growing at this point, but it's growing. And so I took the advice of other gurus out there who said to find your top performing reel and then repost it as a trial reel. And I did that. And the first 2 times I did that, nothing happened. It was like 200 views. And then I was like, you know what? Let me reframe it. Let me make one little tweak on it and add different music. So I tweaked the hook just a tad. I literally downloaded the same exact video and tweaked the hook just a tad, like put new text overlay on it. And now it's taking off. And so now I'm taking that same video and I'm reposting it as a trial every couple days, but I'm also posting other videos that have performed really well for me. I'm getting good enough traction. The most views I've gotten is the 120,000 views. The other ones are like 2,300. That's the most they've gotten to. But I've gotten like 300 new followers on Call Her Creator from this. So don't give up on trial reels. I know I talked some smack about them, but I feel like if you do it enough, maybe one will go off. If you've done it though so many times and nothing's happening, you might want to tweak something. That could be, I thought my content was good enough to just repost as is, but once I made the tweaks, it performed better. So up to you if you want to change some things up, but give it a try and let me know how it's going. Send me a DM over on Call Her Creator. I'd love to talk it out with you and see how maybe we could fix it for you. All right, so back to the rule of 7. I told you guys it's rooted in traditional marketing, but did you know that the movie industry is actually where the rule of 7 happened? So the rule of 7 is widely credited to the movie industry in the 1930s. Studios discovered that audiences needed to see a film promotion at least 7 times before they decided if they wanted to watch it or not, which I think is so crazy and funny. But since then, marketers have adapted this principle to sales, branding, online marketing. I know here at the agency, I have something called Sales in 7, where we talk about something 7 times in a row when we launch something. Now, I've seen others who, I think one of my friends has an 8-day launch campaign. Another one of my friends says it's 15 times, but the minimum here, guys, is 7 times. 7 to 11 is what they said. And I've got some research to back that up. The number can be even higher with the algorithms these days limiting reach and consumer attention spans. You got to understand, you could post it 7 times, but someone may only see it twice because the algorithm didn't show your content to your followers. So I would honestly double this number if I were you. The rule of 7, make it the rule of 14. Because only a small percentage of your people are going to see it anyways. But I've got some research behind all of this. First off is HubSpot, which is I look up to them. I believe that they're a prestige marketing, not guru, but they're very big in the space of marketing. I trust them. They have some free certifications if you are new to marketing. But they said that 60% of consumers want to see 3 to 5 pieces of content before even engaging with the brand's sales team. So that's minimum 3 to 5. Google's Zero Moment of Truth found that consumers engage with 7 to 11 pieces of content before they make a purchase decision. And then Think with Google emphasizes that buyers consult multiple resources before they decide to buy from you. So they'll look at your social media, they'll look at your reviews, they'll need to see an ad. I'm just thinking about this on my own. Like if I see something one time on Facebook, I'm like, oh, that's cool, but I'll keep scrolling. But if that same ad keeps following me around the internet, guess what? I'm probably going to buy it. I actually just bought 2 new trucker hats because I kept getting followed around on Facebook. I was getting stalked by these trucker hats. And I'm not even going to lie, like these trucker hats are taking way too long to get to me. They're by a custom small business owner. So I'm not going to complain or drop names because I get it. They're small business. They're making them by hand. But dang, I ordered those on Valentine's Day almost a month ago. And I still haven't got my hats. Hopefully they come soon. But the moral of the story here is that I had to see their ad. I kept getting their ad and I finally pulled a trigger. So people need to see your stuff multiple times. And you can't be scared to talk about it multiple times. That's where we get all hung up in our head is, well, I've already posted about it once. I don't want to annoy my people, but you're not annoying anyone because they're probably not even going to see it the first couple of times. So why does the rule of 7 work? There's 3 main reasons why I like the rule of 7. Again, we're going to try to double this because of the algorithm, but standard knowledge is the rule of 7. So first, there's the psychology of familiarity. People are more likely to buy from someone they recognize. So repetition makes your brand feel familiar, makes you trustworthy. As I gave that real world example, I kept seeing those hats pop up on my screen. So I started to trust the brand. I didn't even go to their Facebook page or learn or read their reviews. And I probably should have, because I probably would have learned that it's going to take more than a month to get my hats. But I saw them so much that I was like, all right, I'm ready to pull the trigger. I might have had a few glasses of wine too, because it was Valentine's Day. My husband took me to a really nice restaurant and I was feeling myself. So I was like, let me buy these 2 hats. But normal person, is they're going to see it a few times and be like, okay, let me check them out. The next reason why rule of 7 works is because trust building. Okay. Each touch point reinforces that you're credible, you're knowledgeable, you're reliable. Had I saw that ad, several times, and then maybe I got an email from them, or maybe I saw a video from them, that would have made me trust them even more. I mean, I was already feeling the trust with seeing their ads, but imagine if I would have seen their ads and then I would have seen like the owner showing a video telling me how she makes all these hats by hand. I probably would have a little bit more understanding on why my hats are taking so long. But that's where I'm coming from. Like these 7 touch points that you're going to do, they don't all need to be a sales post. And we'll talk about what those 7 different pieces of touch points can look like. I'll make it so that it's not a salesy, icky process for you to sell. But had I seen these hats in different ways, it probably would make me feel even more happy, positive towards the brand. There's also that emotional connection too that comes with it. Like consistent presence builds relationships, right? So as I was saying, have I seen more videos of this person or the hats or how they make them or testimonials, I'd probably feel a little more emotionally connected to this brand, because the more someone interacts with your content, the more they feel connected to you. And that's why engagement is so important too. I always talk to you guys about the 5-5-5 engagement strategy, where you should be interacting with your followers 5 minutes 3 times, 5-5-5. So that's scrolling through your news feed and replying to their posts. That's seeing them in the stories and replying to their stories. That's going to your explore page and commenting on posts that jump out at you. That is the 5-5-5 strategy. I love it. Before we get into the 7 key touch points that you should focus on, I do have a real life story. I launched my Reels challenge like 2 years ago on Instagram. And I told you guys I made $10,000 within the first week that it was launched, because I was excited about it. I talked about it all the time. I definitely got the 7 touch points, probably more. But this year, like January, December time, I told my husband, I was complaining. I'm like, I haven't sold many of my Reels challenges. Like, what's up with that? What? Nobody wants to buy from me anymore. And he's like, Caitlin, I haven't even seen you talk about your Reels challenge lately. So how can you expect these people to even know you have it? And I was like, oh my gosh, he's so right. Like I'm daily growing my following, and these new people, they don't know I have a Reels challenge. I've never talked about it before. So I told myself, all right, I'm going to do my sales in 7, where I talk about it 7 times in a row. Let me just tell you, I sold a bunch of them things, thousands of dollars worth of Reels challenges when I did my sales in 7, because I made an effort to talk about that offer 7 days in a row. So again, not everyone saw those 7 days in a row post, but they probably saw enough of them to where they were like, okay, I'm going to buy this from her. So there is a direct correlation of my sales and me talking about my product. And I see so many people talking about this on Instagram. Like, the more you talk about what you sell, the more you're going to sell. It just is what it is. Common knowledge. You've got to talk about your offer. And I don't want you talking about a different offer every time. I'm talking about you need to talk about the same offer 7 times in a row minimum. And then we can talk about, if you're still not seeing sales, we can talk about your messaging. We can talk about your actual product. We can figure out what's going on there. But I need you to post about it 7 times in a row before we even talk about why you're not selling. So how do you talk about it 7 times in a row without 1, getting bored on the topic, 2, boring your customers? I've got 7 different ways for you to come into this so that it's natural selling. You're not going to feel like you're being icky cars salesman type of dude over here. You are being elegant with your selling. You're being natural, and people are banging down your door to buy it because they know so much about it at this point. So 7 different touch points. Let's get into them. All right. So touch point number 1 is going to be the introduction of your product or your service. Introduction, brand awareness. You're going to want to introduce yourself, your offer, your brand story, something like that. They need to know, okay, who is Caitlin? Why would I buy from her? So an example of this, I've got a hook for you and I'll tell you exactly why it works. An example hook, if you want to write this down. Ever wonder what I actually do? Let me break it down. I help busy entrepreneurs like you turn your Instagram followers into paying customers without spending hours online. All right, now you know what I do. Who am I? I'm Caitlin Rhodes. I help busy entrepreneurs. Why this works. This hook introduces who I am, who I serve, what problem I solve. It's a really great first impression. It's a great reintroduction post. I honestly think that we should do these once a month anyways, because your followers are always growing. But even if you don't want to do this once a month, then maybe at least do something like this once a quarter and pin it to the top of your profile so that when new people do come to your page, they can start here. They can understand who you are and what you sell and why they would want to buy from you. The second type of touch point is that proof. Like, okay, she walks the walk, but can she talk the talk? That's where you show off what you've done in the past or who you've helped. So social proof can be testimonials, client wins, before and after results. A specific hook I have for you. You're not just going to do a graphic on Canva with an excerpt of their testimonial. No. We're going to do a video. And our hook is going to say, you might even do a carousel. I don't care. But your hook is going to be specific, okay? It's going to say something like, meet Sarah. When she started working with me, she was struggling to get engagement on her Instagram post. But after implementing my specific content strategy, she gained 1,000 new followers and landed 3 new clients in just 30 days. Hello, I'm definitely going to hire you, Caitlin, if I'm trying to grow my following and I want to grow it in 30 days because you just told me you did that exact thing for Sarah. Most of the time we're seeing testimonials that are generic. I'm trying to think of one off the top of my head. I'm so bad at top of the head examples. I'm trying to think if I've seen any lately. I haven't seen any specific lately, which, this proves that they don't work because none have popped out to me. But, the graphics still work if you're short on time or you don't have a specific example. Well, no, because you still could do that. Here's how I can make it easier on you guys. Let's say that someone leaves you a review on Google. Take that Google review, put it into ChatGPT and say, hey, please make this into a story so I can share a client success reel or carousel on my Instagram. And then see what ChatGPT does. I guarantee you ChatGPT will make this amazing story for you to share that really hits home that you know what you're doing. And it's storytelling. Storytelling is at the base of all marketing these days. But highlighting real life wins, it builds credibility and it shows your audience that what you're doing works. Your method works. Sarah got 1,000 new followers and she landed 3 new clients in 30 days because she used my content strategy. Hey, if I see that, I'm going to go buy Caitlin's content strategy because I want 1,000 new followers in 30 days. I want 3 new clients in 30 days. I want to make more money. Next touch point, education and value. I call this edutainment, where you educate, but you entertain. But this is where you offer helpful insight. It positions you as the expert. You want to provide value. You want to help them. You want to give them a little free advice that they won't find on Google. They'll only find from your brain. Okay. So an example hook for this would be something like, struggling to get people to watch your reels all the way through? Try this simple trick. Start your video with the phrase, if you're struggling with pain point, here's what to do. Super easy, fill in the blank. All you have to do for that one, you just fill in the pain point. What are they struggling with? Try this simple trick. Here's what you'll do. This hook taps into a pain point while positioning you as the expert. I love this. I love hitting people's pain points. If you scroll through my own reels and you look at the views, I have higher views when I solve a specific pain point. I'll be honest, I can post generic content too, just like everybody else. But when I get specific with it, I see such better results. So you want to be specific. And you can always pop this into ChatGPT too. Struggling to get people to blank? Try this simple trick. Then you talk about it, then you add the pain point. Next touch point, personal stories, behind the scenes. This is one of my favorite types of content. It humanizes. If you want some examples of behind the scenes content, go to our agency Instagram page. The girls do such an amazing job at this. You can follow them at influence with an e.studio. So they, like 80% of our content at the agency is behind the scenes content, and it's hilarious. It's funny. They just did one that talked about, I have to actually tell you guys because it's so hilarious. Okay, they just did one. It's at the top of our profile right now if you go to it. Realizing you've never seen your coworkers run at full speed. It's almost got 3,000 views already. And we have 4,200 followers. So that's pretty good. But what they're doing is they're running full speed ahead in the parking lot, and it's hilarious. But this is the type of content that humanizes our brand. It makes them see like, okay, we're a bunch of silly girls behind the camera that do really fun, trendy Instagram marketing trends for our clients. I want to hire them. Like, you go watch this video, you see how fast we run. You're going to be like, oh my gosh, how do I apply to work with you guys? It's funny, right? So an example of this, like I just gave you an example, but I'll give you an example hook if you don't want to do something like that. Okay, so like that's an example of behind the scenes. If you want to do the personal story side, I've got a specific hook for you. It could be something like, I'll be honest, my first reel flopped, like 20 views flopped. But here's what I learned and how that failure actually helped me create a viral video the next week. So you see with that, I'm sharing a big struggle. I'll be honest, that hooks them in. My first reel flopped, okay? Like 20 views flopped. Okay, I'm being specific. But here's what I learned. Okay, what did she learn so that I don't get 20 views on my next reel? And here's how I went viral the next week. Okay, yeah, give me even more value here, Caitlin. Love this. That is a good hook. That's got like 3 different parts to it. You've got your first, stop the scroll. I'll be honest. Then you've got your pain point. My first reel flopped. Then you dig even more to that. 20 views flopped. But here's what I learned, and here's how I went viral. Okay, I solved the pain point. That is a really good hook. If you guys could steal that hook, put it into ChatGPT, turn it into a specific hook for yourself and your business, let me know how that video goes. I guarantee you that video would perform really well. And that can be a talking head reel. Get in front of your camera, talk for 30 seconds or less, and use the text overlay can be something like, I'll be honest, and then put in what happened to you, like the worst thing ever. My first reel flopped. And then you can go on to talk about it. This is probably one of my favorite touch points on all of these. Just like behind the scenes content is always so fun to me. Again, go to our page if you need some examples of that. I do it sometimes too, but my profile is more so focused on value and tips. I'm trying to think of another one that does really good behind the scenes content. If something comes to me, I'll link it in the show notes. But check out influence.studio. You'll get some good ideas from there. And a lot of our ideas come from TikTok, by the way. So TikTok is very good unscripted, raw content as well. We get a lot of our ideas over there. And what's cool is that most of the trends that we see on Instagram are old trends from TikTok. So if you want to be on top of the game, ahead of the curve, go to TikTok to get some of your ideas. All right, next touch point is the salesy touch point, okay? This is number 5, direct offer / promotion. So you're going to clearly state what you're selling and who's it for, because you have to. Sometimes we have to be very clear with what it is that we are offering. So a good hook for this, direct offer. If you're serious about XYZ, my enter your offer is designed to help you fulfill that goal that they have. So a real life example of this, if you're serious about making money on Instagram, my new coaching program is designed to help you Create content that actually converts. DM me the word growth if you're ready to take action right now. It's clear, it's direct, it provides easy next steps for them. And let me just note in here too, I use DM automation with this. So anytime I have an offer, I make it so freaking easy for them to get that offer by telling them to comment a word. What happens is they comment that word, my DM automation automatically sends them the offer. So I don't even have to lift my fingers or do anything. It is done for me. The reason that you have to be direct with your offer is because people don't know what you do. They see you on Instagram, but they don't know what you do. I'm on Instagram all the time being funny, silly, sharing trends. Half the people there don't know that I have a podcast. Half the people there don't know that I own a social media agency, because I'm not so much focused on selling that all the time. I really want to show my personality. I want to connect with people. I want to be social. But at the end of the day, if I want to make money, I have to talk about those things. And I'm telling you, when I talk about them, I make money. We had an influx of social media clients. The leads come in February, and it was a direct response from me talking about my agency. I started sharing examples of reels that we make for our clients, examples of content that we make for our clients. People saw that and they're like, "Oh my God, I didn't even know you owned a social media agency. How do I apply?" It was great. We've had a great month with sales calls because I talk about it. And when I talk about it in reels, talk about it in carousels, I talk about it on my stories. I'm everywhere talking about it. All right, touch point number 6. There's that urgency, that scarcity. Deadline, limited spot, bonus. You have to encourage action now. Great way to do this. Heads up, there's only 3 spots left in my coaching program. If you've been waiting for a sign, this is it. 3 spots left. You have to add that urgency. It encourages fast decision making. Sometimes people need you to push them a little bit. When I'm getting close to closing out the offer, or I'm just like, okay, I've been talking about this for a while, no one's signing up, how do I push this? I'll start some kind of urgency in my hook, and I'll email something that says 48 hours left to join. I'm just gonna, you know what? Let me just type in ChatGPT real quick. Give me 10 urgency related hooks for my offer. Let's see what kind of urgency related ideas that ChatGPT says. Okay, limited spots is already number 1. Okay. So here's 10 urgency driven hooks for your next offer. Number 1, limited spots available. So this is limited spots hooks. Only 3 spots left for my coaching program. Once they're gone, they're gone. Okay. I'm closing the doors when I hit 20 signups, and we're almost there. Ooh, I just checked. There's only 2 spots left in my coaching program. Is one of them yours? Love that. All right. Next hooks are deadline driven hooks. Doors close this Friday at midnight. If you've been waiting for a sign, this is it. Final call. My coaching program closes in 24 hours. DM me the word ready if you're in. Hey, today's the last day to join. Don't miss your chance to grow your Instagram and boost your sales. Next one is bonus, or kind of like an exclusive perk that they could get. Sign up before tonight at midnight and you'll get my viral reels blueprint free as a bonus. If you're one of the next 5 people to sign up for my coaching program, I'm going to give you a one-on-one content strategy call for free, but it's only for the next 5 signups. And then the last one is FOMO hooks, which I love using FOMO to get people to sign up. My spots are filling up really fast. Don't wait until it's too late. Or, I like this one. I hate to say this, but if you keep putting this off, you're going to regret missing out. So these are some really good hooks. You can pair these with a reel that you have, or you can use them on your next story lineup that you've got. But these create that urgency that they need to sign up now. All right, next touch point, consistent reminder. Your audience may need multiple reminders before they take action. So this could be something like, just a reminder, if you've been thinking about joining my coaching program, doors close this Friday. If you're tired of guessing what to post and want a strategy that works, this is your last chance. The reason that this hook works is because it reinforces an offer in a way that feels helpful, not pushy. And I like that. People don't want to be sold to all the time. They want to be helped. So with these hooks in mind, I challenge you to look at your last 10 Instagram posts and then see, have you been touching these 7 touch points? If you haven't, now's the time to start including those in. And I promise you, if you will do that, you can watch your audience engagement and your sales start to grow from it. All right, so we talked about hooks. Now let's talk about how to implement the rule of 7 on Instagram with your reels, your stories, your carousels, your email list, okay? So I've got an example content plan for you. Reel strategy. You can use reels to introduce your offer educate, share results. Your story strategy could be more focused on casual behind the scenes clips to reinforce your message or your sale. Carousels, you can create a series that builds on your offer. So like 5 reasons you need to build an email list or 5 reasons you need to blah, blah, blah. And then of course your email list is also a part of all of this. I'm not gonna lie, email is where I sell the most. I feel more comfortable there selling, but emails are a great way to remind people crucial information and repeat your message outside of social media. So I love using email for that. So content plan, if you were like, all right, Caitlin, you've given me all these ideas, but how do I actually implement this? So I'm going to give you a 7-day strategy right now. Day 1, introduce your offer. Tell them what you got, how it's going to help, why they need it. Day 2, share that success story. Prove to them that you know what you're talking about. Social proof. Day 3, educate with value-driven content. Why do they need your offer? What is it going to help? What are the benefits? Day 4, share a personal story about why you created the offer. Did it happen because you too yourself were struggling with XYZ? Is that going to help them relate to you because you both struggled with the same thing? Day 5, create urgency. Only 2 days left. Day 6, give a personalized follow-up with someone. Remind them what's happening, why they need to sign up now. And then day 7, strong call to action post with direct links to your offer. Comment the word reels and I'll send it to you right now. 3 spots left. What I've talked about already, but I'm going to reiterate to you one more time. If you are only posting about your offer one time, it's not enough. You can post one time and only 20% of your people are going to see it anyway. So it's almost like you didn't post it at all. And if you rely only on one type of format to promote this offer, that's not good either. You need to be mixing it up. Use reels, use stories, use static posts, use carousels, use email. They need to see it all different ways. And don't skip your follow-up. Remind people, check in with them. Maybe you had someone that was interested and they never signed up. Send them a heartfelt note, digital note in the DMs or an email. Just follow up. You know, what's holding you back? What's stopping you from purchasing? Where can I help? It's time to go back and review your last 30 days of content, guys. And it's time to really take a deep look at yourself, take a deep look at your content. Have you mentioned your offer in the last 7 days? Has it been a direct mention in a reel, or has it just been a secondary thing like in your caption at the very end? I can say for myself, my Reels membership that I promote, I'm kind of bad at promoting it. I'll give like very educational, value-driven content. And then at the very end of my caption, I'm like, oh, you know, if you want, you could sign up for my Reels membership. Comment the word club. Yeah, I get some signups that way. But I bet if I did my 7 days of touchpoints, I could probably get way more signups. In fact, right now, I'm going to challenge myself to do this with you guys. Sales in 7. Let's do it for 7 days. See what we can do. See how many people we can bring in. Let's do it together. If you are up for this challenge, I'd love for you to send me a DM over on Call Her Creator. Maybe we all get together and make a little private chat together about the Sales in 7 strategy, and we lean on each other and push each other, because sometimes, again, it can feel cringy. It can feel weird. But if you have other people that are doing it with you, you know, it could be enlightening, motivational. If you've been feeling invisible online, you're not alone. It's just, you're probably not talking about your offer enough. And so now is the time to show up for your people. You are doing them a disservice by not talking about your offer. And that's not fair to them. And that's what I tell people that are scared to get on camera or scared to talk about their offer. You're doing them a disservice. You're being a bad friend because you have so much to offer them. You have value to give to them and you're just withholding it from them. And so that's rude. You're mean. And that's how you should look at it for yourself. It's going to make you talk about your offer more when you angle it in the way that you're being a bad friend. You're being a bad mentor because you're not sharing this goodness inside of your head to help people. There are people out there who need what you have. And so if you're withholding that from them, it's just not right. It's just not right. All right. I hope y'all liked this episode. I really hope it was helpful. I think sales on Instagram is one of the scariest, cringiest things you can do, but there are ways to do it that don't have to be sticky, icky. I'm going to encourage you now to join Club Influence. This is my membership where I help you with your reels. I help you with trendy reels. I help you with Canva templates so that you can sell. We've got B-roll ideas in there. We've got swipe and steal captions. I basically put everything that you need to make money from Instagram, to educate, to grow your following. It's all in Club Influence. And right now it's only $27 a month and you can cancel at any time. But here's what you're going to get when you sign up for Club Influence. 1, weekly trending reels ideas. So you'll stay on trend without having to be glued to your phone. We send you early trends every Monday to your email that help you stay on top of the curve. So not only do we give you the idea, we link you to the audio, we give you the caption, but we give specific examples based on your niche so that you're not guessing anything. It's ready to go. You just record and post. We also provide you with a content calendar every month. So not only are we giving you these trendy reels to record, but we're also giving you supplemental content too for like carousel post or static images, and they're linked right inside of the calendar. So you literally click on this link, it takes you into Canva, you put your brand colors on it and fill in the blanks, and it's done for you. You get to download it and post it to your socials and make money or grow your following. We also have 100+ captions that you can swipe and steal, and these are tried and tested over and over again. We use them at the agency, we use them on my content. They actually work. And then above all of this, like we've got free trainings in there. We've got social media strategy. You'll know when to post. You'll know what hashtags to use. All of this is inside Club Influence. You just have to say yes, okay? You just got to say yes. So I'm going to link that in the show notes for today. I hope you'll consider joining Club Influence. I've got myself and my amazing team in there that will help you grow your following and help you make money from Instagram. I've also got a Reels challenge plus a toolkit on my Sand store as well. It's $19. If you are uncomfortable on video and you need someone to push you and give you specific things to post, I've got tried and tested Reels hooks in there, editing tips, hidden features, all the things are in this ultimate Reels challenge and toolkit, $19. So, all right, that's it for today. Love y'all. Thank you so much for being here. Hope you'll follow me, Call Her Creator on Instagram. Until next time, guys, peace out.